There is one idea that has changed my life more than almost anything else I've ever learned. It's simple, it's powerful, and yet most people overlook it completely. The words you repeat to yourself every single day are shaping your life right now. Your thoughts become your beliefs. Your beliefs drive your actions, and your actions determine the results you experience in your life. I've spent decades studying success, personal development, and human performance. I've worked with entrepreneurs, executives, athletes, and ordinary people who wanted extraordinary results. And one pattern appears over and over again. The people who transform their lives don't just change what they do, they change what they say to themselves. Your inner dialogue is the most powerful conversation you will ever have. And when you learn how to control that conversation, you begin to control the direction of your life. Let me ask you something. What do you say to yourself when things go wrong? What do you say to yourself when you fail? What do you say to yourself when you're facing a difficult challenge? Do you encourage yourself or do you criticize yourself? I'd really like to know. Tell me in the comments below, what is the one sentence you repeat to yourself the most during difficult times? Because here's the truth most people never realize. Your subconscious mind is always listening. It records every thought, every belief, every statement you repeat. And over time, it accepts those statements as instructions. If you constantly say, "I'm not good enough," your subconscious mind begins to organize your behavior around proving that statement true. But if you begin saying, "I am capable, I am improving, I will find a way," something remarkable happens. Your mind begins searching for solutions. Your confidence begins to grow. Your actions begin to change. And your life begins to move in a completely different direction. Affirmations are not magic words. They are mental conditioning. They are the deliberate repetition of positive, constructive instructions to your subconscious mind. Think of it like programming a computer. Your brain is the most powerful computer ever created. But if you feed it negative commands, you will get negative results. If you feed it empowering commands, you begin to unlock incredible potential. Now, I want to share with you 10 powerful affirmations that have helped thousands of people reprogram their thinking, increase their confidence, and dramatically change the direction of their lives. These are simple statements, but when repeated daily with emotion, belief, and consistency, they can transform the way you think, the way you act, and ultimately the results you produce. The first affirmation is one that I consider foundational for personal success. I say to myself, "I am responsible for my life." This single statement separates successful people from unsuccessful people. The moment you accept full responsibility for your life, extraordinary happens. You stop blaming. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting for someone else to solve your problems. Instead, you begin asking a powerful question. What can I do now? Every successful person I've ever studied accepts complete responsibility for their results. They understand that while they cannot control everything that happens to them, they can absolutely control their response. And that response determines the future. When you wake up in the morning, say to yourself, "I am responsible for my life." Repeat it when challenges appear. Repeat it when you feel frustrated. Repeat it until your mind automatically shifts from blaming circumstances to searching for solutions. Because responsibility is power. And when you take responsibility, you take control. The second affirmation is equally powerful. I believe in my ability to figure things out. One of the biggest obstacles people face is self-doubt. They underestimate themselves. They assume that successful people have special talents, unique advantages, or extraordinary intelligence. But after years of studying high achievers, I discovered something surprising. Most successful people are not dramatically smarter than everyone else. What they do have is confidence in their ability to solve problems. They don't need to know everything in advance. They simply trust that they will find the answer along the way. So I repeat this affirmation constantly. I believe in my ability to figure things out. This statement trains your mind to become resourceful. Instead of saying, "I can't," you begin asking, "How can I?" Instead of feeling stuck, you begin exploring possibilities. And over time, you develop something incredibly valuable, personal confidence. Confidence does not come from knowing everything. Confidence comes from trusting your ability to learn anything you need. The third affirmation builds momentum for everything else in your life. I am becoming better and stronger every day. Growth is the foundation of success. The most successful people in the world are obsessed with improvement. They read, they learn, they practice, they refine their skills constantly. But the real secret is this: progress builds motivation. When you believe you are improving, you feel energized, you feel hopeful, you feel driven to continue. But when people believe they are stuck, they lose enthusiasm. So I repeat this affirmation frequently: I am becoming better and stronger every day. Notice something important about this statement. It does not claim perfection. It focuses on progress. You don't need to be perfect today. You simply need to improve. If you become just 1% better every day, the results after a year are extraordinary. Think about that. Small improvements repeated consistently create massive transformation over time. This is how real success is built. One decision, one action, one improvement at a time. And when you reinforce that belief through daily affirmations, your brain begins looking for opportunities to grow. You become more open to learning. You become more resilient when facing challenges. And you begin to see obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities for development. Now, the fourth affirmation is one that directly impacts your results in the real world. I attract opportunities because I take action. One of the biggest myths about success is the idea that opportunities appear randomly. In reality, opportunities appear when people are moving. Action creates visibility. Action creates experience. Action creates momentum. When you begin taking consistent action toward your goals, something fascinating happens. You meet new people. You learn new skills. You discover unexpected possibilities. And suddenly it feels like opportunities are everywhere. But those opportunities didn't appear by accident. They appeared because you moved. So I remind myself constantly, I attract opportunities because I take action. This affirmation pushes you away from passivity and toward initiative. It reminds you that success rarely comes to those who wait. Success comes to those who move forward even when they are uncertain. And here is something very important to remember. Clarity often comes after action, not before it. Many people wait until they feel completely ready before they begin. But the most successful people begin before they feel ready. They learn as they go. They adjust as they go. They grow stronger with every step. And because they move forward, opportunities begin appearing in places they never expected. Now here is the fifth affirmation, and this one is especially important in today's world. I focus on solutions, not problems. Problems are everywhere. Every business has them. Every career has them. Every relationship has them. But successful people think differently about problems. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, they immediately begin asking solution-oriented questions. What can I learn from this? What is the next step? How can this situation be improved? The moment you shift your thinking towards solutions, your brain activates its creative power. Your mind becomes a problem-solving machine. But when people focus only on the problem, they trap themselves in frustration. So I repeat this affirmation frequently throughout the day. I focus on solutions, not problems. This single habit can dramatically increase your productivity, your leadership ability, and your emotional resilience. Because problems are inevitable, but your response is always a choice. And the people who train their minds to search for solutions become incredibly valuable in every area of life. Now, before we continue with the next powerful affirmations, I want you to pause for a moment and think about something. Which one of these affirmations speaks to you the most right now? Is it responsibility, confidence, growth, taking action, or focusing on solutions? Tell me in the comments which affirmation you feel could change your life the most if you repeated it every day. Because awareness is the first step to transformation. And in the next part, I'm going to share 5 more affirmations that can reprogram your thinking about success, wealth, discipline, and personal power in ways that most people never learn. And once you begin using them consistently, you may start noticing something incredible. Your thoughts begin changing. Your decisions begin changing. Now here's something I've learned after many years of studying successful people and working with individuals who completely transformed their lives. Real change rarely begins with a massive breakthrough. It begins with a shift in thinking. A small shift in how you talk to yourself can create a powerful shift in how you behave. And when your behavior changes, your results begin to change as well. That's why affirmations are so powerful when they are repeated consistently. They reshape the internal conversation that guides your decisions every day. And the next affirmation I'm about to share with you is one that directly influences your discipline, your productivity, and your ability to achieve meaningful goals. I say to myself, I do what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. Let me be very honest with you. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you wake up excited and energized. Other days you feel tired, distracted, or uncertain. If you only take action when you feel motivated, your progress will always be inconsistent. But discipline changes everything. Discipline means acting according to your goals instead of your feelings. Successful people don't wait until they feel ready. They develop the habit of doing what needs to be done. So I repeat this affirmation often. I do what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. This statement trains your mind to separate emotions from responsibility. Your feelings may change throughout the day, but your commitments remain the same. When you reinforce this belief daily, you begin developing one of the most valuable traits in the world, self-discipline. And self-discipline is the foundation of long-term success. Now let me share the seventh affirmation, which plays a powerful role in confidence and personal influence. I bring value wherever I go. One of the greatest shifts in mindset happens when you stop asking, what can I get? And start asking, how can I contribute? People who constantly focus on what they can gain often feel insecure, competitive, or anxious. But people who focus on value operate from strength. When I walk into a meeting, a conversation, or even a new opportunity, I remind myself, I bring value wherever I go. That statement changes the way you show up. Instead of worrying about being judged, you focus on helping. Instead of worrying about proving yourself, you focus on contributing. And something interesting happens when you consistently bring value. People notice, opportunities expand, your reputation grows. Value attracts respect, value attracts trust, and in the long run, value attracts success. Now, the eighth affirmation is one that directly affects your relationship with money, achievement, and abundance. I am capable of creating wealth through service and creativity. Many people carry hidden beliefs about money that limit their success. They believe wealth is reserved for certain people. They believe success requires luck or privilege, or they believe pursuing financial success is somehow selfish. But when you study successful entrepreneurs, leaders, and innovators, you discover something important. Wealth is most often created by solving problems for others. When you create something useful, valuable, or innovative, people reward that value. So I repeat this affirmation, I am capable of creating wealth through service and creativity. This statement shifts your focus away from scarcity and toward opportunity. Instead of thinking about limitations, you begin thinking about contribution. What problem can I solve? What value can I create? What idea can I develop? When your mind starts asking these questions regularly, you begin noticing opportunities that were invisible before. And over time, those opportunities can turn into extraordinary results. The ninth affirmation strengthens resilience, and resilience is essential for long-term success. I grow stronger through every challenge. Let me share a simple truth with you. Every successful person you admire has faced failure. They have faced rejection. They have faced uncertainty. But what separates successful people from everyone else is how they interpret those experiences. Some people see challenges as proof that they should stop. Successful people see challenges as part of the process. So I repeat this affirmation whenever I face obstacles. I grow stronger through every challenge. This changes your emotional response to difficulty. Instead of feeling defeated, you begin feeling determined. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You ask, what can this teach me? Challenges become training. Difficulties become lessons. And every experience becomes an opportunity to build mental strength. Over time, you develop something incredibly valuable, resilience. Resilience means you keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. And in the long run, resilience often matters more than talent. Now let's talk about the 10th affirmation. This one ties everything together. It reinforces belief, direction, and long-term vision. I say to myself, my future is created by what I do today. Think about that statement for a moment. Your future is not determined by your past. It is not determined by your circumstances. It is determined by the actions you choose today. Every decision you make is a vote for the kind of life you are creating. The books you read, the skills you practice, the conversations you have, the habits you build. All of these daily choices shaping the direction of your life. So when I repeat the affirmation, my future is created by what I do today, it reminds me to stay intentional. It reminds me that today matters. It reminds me that even small actions have powerful long-term consequences because success is not built in a single moment. It is built through thousands of daily choices. And when you combine clear goals, disciplined action, and empowering affirmations, something remarkable happens. Your mind and your actions begin moving in the same direction. But there is one more critical idea I want to share with you before we finish. Affirmations only work when they are connected to emotion and repetition. You cannot simply say them once and expect immediate transformation. You must repeat them daily. Say them in the morning. Say them while walking. Say them when facing challenges. Say them until they begin to feel natural. Because repetition programs the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind drives your behavior far more than most people realize. Now here's something I want you to do right now. Choose just 3 of the affirmations we discussed today. Write them down. Repeat them every morning for the next 30 days. Speak them with confidence. Speak them with belief. And most importantly, begin acting in alignment with them. Because affirmations are not about pretending. They are about programming your mind to support the actions required for success. In the final part, I'm going to show you exactly how to use affirmations in a simple daily routine that can dramatically strengthen your mindset, improve your focus, and accelerate your personal growth. And once you understand this process, affirmations stop being just words. Now let me bring everything together with something extremely important. Affirmations are powerful, but they only transform your life when they become a daily habit. I've met many people who get excited about positive thinking for a few days, maybe even a week. Then they stop. And when they stop, their old patterns of thinking slowly take over again. Your mind works through repetition. Whatever you repeat most often becomes your dominant belief. If you repeat doubt, fear, and criticism, those ideas begin to feel normal. But if you repeat confidence, responsibility, and growth-oriented thoughts, your brain begins to accept those ideas as your new identity. And identity is powerful. When you believe something about yourself deeply enough, your behavior naturally begins to align with that belief. That's why affirmations are not just positive statements. They are identity statements. When you say, "I am responsible for my life," you are shaping your identity. When you say, "I focus on solutions," you are shaping your identity. When you say, "I grow stronger through every challenge," you are shaping your identity. And the most powerful identities are the ones you choose deliberately. Now let me show you a simple daily routine that can dramatically increase the effectiveness of these affirmations. It takes less than 10 minutes a day, but the long-term impact can be extraordinary. The first step is to begin every morning with intention. When you wake up, before you check your phone, before you scroll through messages, take a moment to center your thoughts. Your mind in the morning is incredibly receptive. Psychologists have discovered that the first thoughts you repeat in the morning often influence your emotional state for the entire day. So instead of starting your day with distraction, start your day with direction. Repeat your affirmations out loud, not silently in your head. Say them with your voice. When you hear your own voice expressing powerful beliefs, the impact on your subconscious mind becomes stronger. Say them slowly and clearly. I am responsible for my life. I believe in my ability to figure things out. I am becoming better and stronger every day. I attract opportunities because I take action. I focus on solutions, not problems. I do what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. I bring value wherever I go. I am capable of creating wealth through service and creativity. I grow stronger through every challenge. My future is created by what I do today. When you speak these statements with conviction, you are literally conditioning your brain for success. Now the second step is visualization. After repeating your affirmations, close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself living those statements. See yourself acting with confidence. See yourself solving problems calmly. See yourself taking action toward your goals. Your brain does something fascinating when you visualize success. It begins treating that imagined experience as a real reference point. Athletes use this technique constantly. Before competitions, they visualize winning. Before performing, they visualize executing perfectly. And research in performance psychology shows that visualization activates many of the same neural pathways as real action. So when you combine affirmations with visualization, you strengthen the belief that success is not only possible, it is expected. The third step is immediate action. After reinforcing these beliefs in your mind, take one small action that moves you toward your goals. This step is critical. Affirmations without action eventually feel empty. But affirmations combined with action create momentum. Maybe that action is reading 10 pages of a book that improves your skills. Maybe it's sending an email that opens a new opportunity. Maybe it's working on a project that moves your career forward. The action doesn't have to be massive, but it must be intentional. Because success is built through daily progress. And every time you take action that aligns with your affirmations, you strengthen the belief that you are becoming the person you want to be. Over time, something powerful begins to happen. Your confidence increases. Your discipline improves. Your thinking becomes more optimistic and solution-focused. And the people around you begin noticing the difference. You become more proactive, more focused, more resilient. And that internal transformation begins producing external results. But let me share one more idea that many people overlook. You must protect your mind. The words you repeat to yourself are powerful, but the words you hear from others can also shape your thinking. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and criticism, those influences slowly weaken your confidence. So be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Read books that challenge you to grow. Listen to ideas that encourage ambition and discipline. Spend time with people who believe in improvement, because your environment influences your thinking more than you may realize. When you combine a positive environment with daily affirmations and consistent action, you create a powerful system for personal growth. And over time, that system produces extraordinary results. Now let me ask you one final question. Imagine repeating these affirmations every day for the next year. Imagine reinforcing responsibility, confidence, discipline, resilience, and action every single morning. How different would your thinking be? How different would your decisions be? How different would your life be? The truth is, most people underestimate the power of daily habits. They search for dramatic change, but real transformation happens through consistent small actions repeated over time. Affirmations are one of the simplest tools you can use to guide that transformation. They cost nothing. They require only a few minutes. But when used correctly, they reshape the way you think about yourself and your potential. And when your thinking changes, your life begins to follow. So here is my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, commit to repeating these affirmations every single morning. Say them with confidence. Say them with emotion. And most importantly, take action that supports them. If you do this consistently, you may begin noticing subtle changes within a few weeks. Your mindset becomes stronger. Your focus becomes clearer. Your confidence grows. And those internal changes begin creating external opportunities, because success always begins on the inside. Before it appears in your bank account, your career, or your achievements, it first appears in your thoughts and beliefs. Train your mind for success. Speak to yourself with strength. And remind yourself every single day that your future is being created by the actions you choose right now. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which affirmation are you going to start using today? Write it in the comments and commit to repeating it for the next 30 days. Because the moment you take control of your inner dialogue, you begin taking control of your life.